Welcome back to Top 5.
The atmosphere was electric as two unlikely adversaries prepared to face each other in a battle that would decide the outcome of their respective fates. On one side stood Lester Burnham, a midlife crisis embodied, once a suburban dad but now an emblem of rebellion against conformity. Across from him loomed Jack Torrance, the haunted writer turned unhinged psychopath, gripping a rusty axe and fueled by madness. The stage was set in an abandoned hotel, eerily reminiscent of the Overlook, Jack's personal hell. Muffled voices echoed from unseen corners, and flickering lights cast shadows that danced along the walls, too close for comfort. Lester, dressed in a simple t-shirt and jeans, surveyed his surroundings. The transformation from a mundane father to a newly emboldened individual had given him a newfound confidence. He had realized that life was too short to play by the rules, and this battle was his moment to break free in the most visceral way. "Are you ready for this?" Jack asked, a maniacal grin spreading across his face as he twirled his axe like a toy. His crazed eyes gleamed with an unsettling intensity. "The fun's just getting started." "Oh, I'm ready," Lester replied, a steely resolve underlying his nonchalance. "I'm tired of the mundane. Let's see if you can keep up." Jack lunged first, his axe slicing through the air with reckless abandon. But Lester had learned a thing or two about evading danger. He sidestepped and positioned himself behind a dilapidated bar, where he quickly scavenged for anything he could use as a weapon. His eyes caught a glimpse of a broken bottle, a makeshift blade. "Time to get serious," Lester shouted, brandishing the bottle as Jack turned to face him. The madman's laughter echoed off the walls, reverberating through the haunting space. "You think you can take me on with that?" Jack seethed, his voice filled with contempt. "I've got the shining in me." "Yeah, well, I've got something you don't, a taste for life," Lester retorted, charged with adrenaline. With a quick motion, he lunged toward Jack, the glass glinting in the dim light as he aimed for Jack's neck. Jack deflected the attack, but Lester's unpredictable aggression caught him off guard. Their struggle sent them both crashing into a wall, the force causing plaster to crumble around them. Jack howled with rage and swung his axe again, narrowly missing Lester and embedding it into the wooden frame of a nearby door. As the two men grappled, the dilapidated hotel's oppressive atmosphere intensified, feeding Jack's mania while Lester drew strength from his determination to reclaim his life. "You've got the life you wanted, Jack. I don't care what it takes, I'm getting my freedom," Lester shouted, the passion in his voice fueling his actions. Shoving Jack aside, Lester kicked the axe out of his grasp, the clatter echoing through the vast emptiness. But Jack, undeterred, pulled a hidden hunting knife from his boot, lunging at Lester with a feral cry. A swift dodge left the blade grazing Lester's side, and he winced, but adrenaline masked the pain. Seeing red, Jack pressed the attack, fueled by despair and hatred, his strikes growing more desperate. In the chaos, Lester found his footing. He remembered the dreams he had buried, the life he had wanted, and he tapped into that fire. With a powerful kick, he sent Jack staggering back, creating a moment of space. As Jack regained his balance, Lester surged forward, driven by newfound clarity. He jabbed the broken bottle into Jack's shoulder, the glass digging deep. Jack let out a guttural scream, the madness in his eyes giving way to stunned disbelief. "You think you can end me? I'm not done." "Oh, but I am," Lester declared, rolling his shoulder and feeling the weight of his choices settle like a cloak. He stood, resolute, staring at Jack's battered form. With one final lunge, Lester tackled Jack to the ground, pinning him beneath his weight. Breathless and bloodied, Lester raised the broken bottle once more, ready to strike. "Say goodbye to your demons." Jack's warped grin turned into a look of pure panic. He flailed, but the ferocity of Lester's movements was driven by years of unspent rage and longing. In a swift motion, Lester plunged the glass down, shattering the madness that had ensnared them both. Silence enveloped the room as the crowd erupted into cheers. Lester Burnham staggered to his feet, his chest heaving, heart pounding with a mix of elation and exhaustion. He had fought for his life and claimed victory over his past and Jack's inescapable darkness. "Sometimes, living takes more courage than dying," he whispered to nobody in particular, feeling the weight of the moment envelop him. As he exited the hotel, he stepped into a new life, free from the shadows that had once threatened to consume him.